I think around May, early week of May, during the Women's Week, we had a health screening rather. So before that, I was feeling some sharp pains within my breast, but it comes once in a while, so I didn't take it to be anything serious. So during the Women's Week health screening, they did the Medicaid, they did the screening, and when they touched my breast, I felt pain. I couldn't stand it. So they asked me to come over to their hospital. I took the chit and I told myself, yeah, I'm not going. Because we had a history in our family. My grandmother died because of breast cancer. So when they gave me that chit, that was the first thing that came in mind. So I just placed the chit somewhere. The next day, that was Saturday, so the next day, Sunday, when we were having our week, the last day, I still felt the pains. But this time around, it was so sharp, I couldn't stand it, but I have to control myself, even when we were in church. Monday came, like May ended, still, the pain was consistent. I just decided not to tell anybody. What I decided to do was to talk to God. So before we had July edition of Passover, that was Thursday before Sunday. That evening, the pains was very, very sharp. I cried throughout the night. It was as if I was going to die. That was it. So I couldn't pray. I couldn't do anything but to cry. And within me, I just told myself, okay, God, this time around, I'm not going to pray, but listen to my heart and answer my prayers. So I just told myself, in fact, I have to go to the hospital. If God is not ready to heal me, I have to go to the hospital. I went to the hospital and they did a scan. The funny thing is, they couldn't detect anything in my breast, nothing. But I was still feeling the pains. So the nurses and doctors were like, are you sure you are feeling pains? And I told them, you don't know what I'm going through. And they were like, okay, let's give you a drug. So when you are done with it, we will see how things go. I took the drugs, but yet still I felt nothing, like it didn't work. So during Passover, we were even almost closing, and then Pastor said, someone is here and that person is feeling pains in his or her breast. So I started clapping, and I realized everybody was looking at me. And Pastor also said, if you are the one, please be on your feet. I was like, oh, we're at the other day. I wanted to hide, but I just stood up and I was just standing there. I really don't know what happened later. But all I know was that Pastor said, I can see an angel hugging her. That was the end. So when we closed, I just told myself, I want to go home and check. At first, I couldn't. When I'm putting on my bra, I feel pains. When I'm taking it off, I feel pains. So I just wanted to get to the house and see if that pains will still be there. I got home. And as I was dressing off, I felt nothing. I was confused. And I decided to try certain things to see if my mind is playing tricks on me. So I decided to start jumping. No pain. I just hit my chest. No pain. Like, I did everything that I normally couldn't do. I felt no pain. And if Pastor could recall, I sent him the message around 12 a.m. So I was still there. I was confused either to give him the testimony or not. So I just mastered the courage and gave him the testimony. And there is this friend of mine. So this guy normally don't go to church. And whenever I invite him to any church program, he would tell me, so I called this guy. I called him on video call. And I told him, when he picked up, I was just crying. He was like, why? What's wrong? And I told him, you see, you've been telling me not to go to church because they've been taking my money. But this time around, I went to church this evening and I'm healed. I just narrated everything to him and he also started crying. He was like, are you sure the God did this? And I said, yes. So he told me, okay, I will sponsor you for you to go back to the hospital and check if nothing is wrong with you. I know God has perfected everything he has begun in me. Hallelujah.